Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the ETF2L Season 37 Week 2 matchup between KRITZBERG for defense and Alvin and the Britmunks. I'm never going to get tired of saying that name. These are the two teams that lost their first matches in Week 1, so now they're going to be fighting it out to see who are the top of the bottom, so to speak. We've got ArchRhythm on production. We've got eepily joining me on the caster as well. How are you feeling tonight, eepily?
I'm pretty good. I think this is going to be one of the pretty best matchups of the season. Like you said, this is two of the teams people are predicting to be on the lower side of Prem this season. But as a result, there's, very, very similar kind of skill levels for a lot of these players. So it should be a pretty good game, especially going into Viaduct after obviously Snakewater.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty fun to see just how these maps are going to play into it, because they're very different maps, obviously, with the Viaduct being, or Product being a cuff map. That's going to have a really heavy influence on it. You can do some sniper shenanigans. There's probably going to be some pyro going on to break some forward holds, and obviously scouts are just going to run wild on probably both maps here, even with the different like plugins we've got going that make Soldier a little bit better. But I think we should bring up the two teams here on the screen if we can, ArchRhythm, so we can get a look at it. Because these are two pretty new teams to Prem, and also we're gonna get to experience the glory that is the horribly bungled stats. So yeah, look at it. We've got the KRITZBERG for defense here. We've got Grabber and Medic. I remember when I played in Prem, Grabber. I was so happy Grabber was there because he was definitely worse than me. He's probably improved a bunch since then. Then we got Stan, who I'm pretty sure actually had one of the highest DPMs on the stats. You can't tell that on this because this is all just garbled, bungle mess. And then you've got One Shoe and Bonkers on soldiers, two pretty well-known soldiers, at least like they've been around forever. And then we've got Paparazzi and Beavon on Scout. Beavon is obviously an old dog who's been in the game forever. And obviously, he didn't play in the first week, so just hashtag ref, that's his stats, baby. And I don't actually know who Paparazzi is, but I can't wait to see it.
I think he's also goes by Rad. That was the name he had before, and he's been playing like a decent amount with like all these guys for like seasons and seasons now.
Yeah, definitely. We made some mistakes when we set up these stats. They don't really matter because this is only for week 1, but there's something misaligned here. So average kills about 1,000 for all of them. That's pretty good. You got to admit,
Pretty
right?
stuff.
Yeah.
All right. I think what have we got? We got 12 people in the server. We able to quickly take a look at the old Britmunks team, fantastically named. Actually, apparently, we don't have access to that just yet. So instead, let's just reel off some names for anyone who may not be fully aware of things. We will be having Samsky and Alv on the scout classes, Mathez and Koyo on soldier. We have ALX, also known as Derpy Hooves, on the demo man, and Auto as their medic. This is a team which it's kind of interesting, right? Because this exact version of the Polish team hasn't been together all that long, but they've played with each other like 100 million times. And then for the Britmunks, they've again not been together for ages, but they have been around for quite a while in the preseason. They played the Lockdown Throwdown together, had some decent results there. One of if not the best of the open teams. So it's there's some considerable fraggers. A few legacy players like you say, Grabber, obviously been in this game about 1 million years. Samsy's played several seasons in Premiership. Got some people.
Yeah, I definitely favor Alvin and the Britmunks in this match just because I kind of feel like they have the better DM and sort of the biggest name players going on for them. Particularly Mattis and Samsky are just players that I know for a fact are really good. And then also, I want to say Koyo, and I probably also is a player that I would count on as being really good. And then I don't actually know much about Alv. I think he's good, but I don't know that much about him. But I mean, he's a Finnish scout, so surely he's good, right?
Every Premiership team is like mandated to have a Finnish scout somewhere, even if they're not necessarily playing scout. So just so they have the odd opportunity. Here we go, and we got ourselves some stats for the Britmunks, and I believe these should be correct as well. Obviously, like Peter said, this is for week 1 where they definitely lost. So not fantastic looking stats for a lot of people, but don't worry, they'll improve as the night goes on.
Yeah, don't read into the stats at all. But I mean, at least they are intelligible at this point. You know, like they
Yeah.
actually they make sense. They have significantly less than 1,500 kills on average per 30 minutes. These are all averages out on 30 minutes, so that's really nice. JMax Chill added that feature to it. It's because, you know, if you have a team that just loses in 10 minutes every time, then their stats are obviously going to be really bad with the amount of kills that they have. But now it's averages per 30 minutes, so that's really nice. And yeah,
I dig
not
it.
too much there, but. Actually, who's Pocket, Koyo or Mattis?
I'm not actually 100% certain. I will be honest with you. I didn't manage to catch their week 1 game last week.
I
Was
mean,
just
looking at the
too busy.
DPM, I assume it's Mattis, but you never know, right?
No, yeah, Soldier's a weird class, especially when you're losing as well. Half the time, like the Roma can just stand around and take some hills because the pocket just keeps dying. You know,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah, like this is kind of the problem with you have like one map stats basically, is that, well, maybe they were just pushed back on last and he just did a bunch of spamming and just hell, so you can't really read into it. So I will proceed not to. I'm just gonna, yeah.
In fairness, right? Everyone knows the entire idea of a pocket and a Roma distinguishing between the two is basically, an antiquated term. I remember vividly, I was saying about this earlier. It's probably about 5 or 6 seasons ago, but Korbach won Roma of the season when he was like actually playing pocket. They were all very
Yeah.
excited about how he somehow just seems to win for the sake of it. And all these terms, they don't really mean anything anymore. You play the soldier class or other. You know, we don't need to put labels on things anymore, Peter.
No, there's almost no reason to, because as the way it works these days is that both soldiers use gunboats, because gunboats are now also overpowered. There's zero reason to use a shotgun. Basically, it's really dumb. And then they both soldiers just jump in, and then you just heal the scout and the demo man, and that's your combo. But we're about to go live here, week 2, KRITZBERG versus Alvin and the Britmunks. And who do you think is going to win this eepily? I'm just going to get a quick prediction now after I say that I think Britmunks will win.
Yeah, I want to disagree with you just to make it more interesting, but I feel like the Britmunks should have a little bit of an edge here, but I also know the Polish team might be able to surprise people, so we'll see what happens going into this first mid. Decent damage being done by ALX already. Dan does get his massive Lara, so he's able to continue playing on throughout this mid. They do be slightly getting aggressive right now. Bonker's going all the way deep as well. Ooh, Wanzu jumps super deep, but they're really getting nothing from these bombs at all. Also dodging everything. Splash Bugs staving his life 3 times over, and this is just absolute, oh my days, it is just destruction. Only our boy Rad or Paparazzi alive, and he's going to be incredibly lucky if he manages to get out here. Yeah, he's going to get cleaned up right at the tail end of this fight. One little 1v1, and can't even save his own honor.
Yeah, that was just the worst mid I've ever seen, basically. Those 2 soldiers that bombed in, I want to say they did like 100 damage combined. It was really, really unsuccessful. And then the rest of them were just too slow to go in there. Stan was just caught in, and now we're just going to get this immediate Uber push into last.
Oh my days, they're not even set up to deal with this at all. Their sticky's on point. That's the only saving grace for the entirety of the Polish side. So we'll delay things just a little bit. Picking up Alv, that does make things a little bit nicer, but the rest of the team's just getting absolutely nuked by these players. On left, we see just a couple of the Polish players running around, jumping, trying to do anything. Stan putting up some good effort, but it's not enough. One pipe takes him out and secures round 1 in 90 quick seconds.
Yep, I don't think this is what we're going to expect for the rest of the match. That was just such a bad mid, and just the way that everyone died so late just meant that it was almost impossible. It was a nice little effort there from Stan to try and hold it at the end there, but yeah, just completely hopeless. Let's see if they do something else on this mid, or if the soldiers just at least hit their shots, because that's what they need to actually get a chance here.
Yeah, new mid, new me, you can say, soldiers underpowered, overpowered, but it doesn't really matter if you can't hit a rocket. This time, not going quite as aggressive. They're going to delay just a little bit, do some spam on the side of KRITZBERG for defense. They're going to be taking some high ground, actually. It does look like the entirety of the Britmunks are trying to bait things out. The soldier does eventually go nice and deep. Bonker's going to be cleaned up now as well. So many of these Britmunk players all the way towards the left. Damage being traded absolutely everywhere. Nice little pipe there from Stan. Going to be picking up Koyo and actually managing to prevent them from going too much further. But their health is so bad on the Polish side. Samsky picking up that easy frag onto Wanzu. Stan, Paparazzi, and Grabber, the only players to get out of there at all. And yeah, they got no business contesting. Interesting. The Britmunks had a bit of an opportunity to keep on moving forward when they were capping the point, but actually they look like they want to get themselves healthy and just keep moving forward to second. Might be a trade here.
Yeah, they want to go in with both their scouts there, just really do a chariot Uber, so to speak. But yeah, both Uber get just traded out here at a time. They both last quite a bit. Blue Uber last longer, but Stan, he put down a carpet there, and that would just exploded immediately. Otto somehow gets out though. Incredible. I thought he was dead for sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, he may well still be at this point. He's getting chased down by every player on the Polish side. Yep, he gets cleaned down as well. Koyo and Matthes at least managed to pick up a couple, including, all importantly, Grabber right now. So, does look like KRITZBERG just went a little bit too aggressive. Didn't quite play with their medic properly. So, they will be capping up this mid now. Spawns are going to be just about denied to the Britmunks. Oh, just. Oh, and that's going to be so disappointing on their side. This might be... I think that, yeah, they should be able to get onto second time to continue defending things. Does look like KRITZBERG are just going to be chilling on mid, building up their Uber, and the Samson sniper is already getting a headshot.
Yeah, you thought that him getting denied in forward spawn was enough to get him off of sniper, but this is Samsky. He liked playing sniper. Quite a bit. He's going to see if he can get an angle here down low. There should be a scout for him to shoot at least. He's going to miss the first shot on that, but yeah, if you look at where the Grappa is, he's actually in the danger zone. If he gets pressured, then he has to cross in front of the sniper sideline. So this is actually a pretty precarious situation here, but so far he continues to stay safe. But it's really important here that once you stays vigilant and make sure that nobody pressures him throughout here. And we actually got a sniper duel going. Snipers are looking in different directions right now, but at some point they're probably going to find themselves butting heads.
Yeah, they should. Obviously, both teams should be fairly aware of things. They can see the dots peeking all the way towards Saw. We do see Samsky taking just a moment to aim towards it, just to see if they can try and get something nice. Stickies actually from Alex picking up bonkers now, so one less piece of spam is going to make this a little bit more difficult, especially since they do have obviously one scout still on sniper. So potential opportunity if they want to peek just a little bit harder. Yeah, oh my days, yeah,
the
great little jump there.
Yeah, that was nuts. That was so brutal. Just immediately takes him down, and now here comes the counter sack. I'll say counter sack, but yeah, look at that. They take down Stan. Alv will go down before that.
Oh, Samsky's in deep though. He's in deep, going all the way towards point. Grabber knows he cannot get the other side of this doorway, but they're actually somehow managed to do so much. Grabber goes straight up in the air. He takes so much damage, 28, but he's all the way back towards his saw. Can they get in? No. Samsky and Matthes both going down. Oh, that was a little bit risky, but actually looking pretty good. KRITZBERG can keep on moving. Alex has to desperately get out with his own life. Actually, they're forced all the way to last.
Yeah, it was very nice surf there from Grabber, and I really love everything about his play there. He was looking forward, like he was strafing backwards the entire time, looking at the rocket, so he knew he wasn't going to get hit. There's consistent fall damage now, so he knew he wasn't going to create or anything. So just great job by him holding on, didn't panic, just perfect play from him. See Samsky here just being a gremlin in the corner right now. just sitting around there hoping no one bumps into him. Actually,
he has I swear Grabber noticed. Grabber turned as if to see what is that? They're spamming this corner. How has Samsky not been hit again? That's actually so incredibly lucky. Because that little bit of splash not hitting
they're
him.
even calling spy, yeah. With the voice commands.
That's kind of nuts, because they might not be like 100% certain, like they did bump him, but they might not be certain just because they didn't hit him. Doesn't really matter too much because Samsky has got them on alert phase, so he's not going to find a nice easy opportunity just yet. Oh no.
Yep, just uncloaks and immediately dies. Let's see if there's any kind of pressure coming in here. Yeah, it looks like one shoot tried to see if he can make his way in there, but good job by everyone here on Alvin and the Britmunks to just shut down that shutter door, not giving any space. So yeah, we still got the snipers peeking at each other, and yeah, so far Paparazzi unable to find a good angle. It's actually been really good job so far from both teams of just spamming out these snipers once again, just shutting it down really heavily here.
Yeah, this is going to be just one of those kind of situations. Eventually, someone's going to hit them. Oh my god! Paparazzi just walks straight through shutter! Uber gets used immediately. This is going to be absolutely brutal. Surely there's nothing the Britmunks can do, and Paparazzi even wins a sniper duel as well. Oh my days, he has popped off, and that is just a round.
Yeah, it is the big weak spot of the standard Snakewater hold is the shutter door. If you can get your sniper to just look at it at an angle, you usually just get a good shot onto the medic. So it's really important that soldiers are very, very diligent about just watching that shutter door at all times, and they weren't right there. There was this tiny little hole and a gap for him to just make a shot, and he made it. So great job. It's going to be 1-1.
Yeah, looking good. Bonkers, this time he's playing towards the enemy kitchen. He is playing this position just to kind of spam, not committing to going behind, ready to play with his team. If so wish, Matthes is getting just nuked out to sky. Both soldiers now, there's so many of these Polish players just going all their round points. Somehow the pipes from Alex picking up grabber, so that's the all-important, but Auto desperately trying to stay alive, dodging fantastically well, not taking that little bit of damages. Brilliant stuff. They're all on Paparazzi. He's going to have to run through 3 men. That's not going to happen either. Another mid. Pretty strong there and well executed there from the Britmunks.
Yeah, absolutely. Just clustering around their medic as soon as grabber went down, got taken down in the bomb, and then just playing around Auto like that is just really good, and they managed to just take them down one by one. Nice little 4K there from Alf, just cleaning up on mid as everyone just funneled into the medic, and not the best job there by KRITZBERG to just group up and go in there at all at the same time. They just kind of just went one by one. So now they're going to have to just contend with this full Uber disadvantage.
Yeah, Uber's going to get used straight through shot. We do see a little jump there from Alex. Gun's already going down. Stan as well getting really, really weak. So much damage is going towards this left-hand side. They're catching basically all of them at this point. Somehow frags have got traded every which way. And importantly, Auto's just not with the rest of his team. Paparazzi and Bevan are the remaining players. There is still this one scout alive. Sam's going to try and 1v1 this heavy. Ooh, tracking wins the day though. Paparazzi, nice little hold.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering why Otto kept staying in, but yeah, he was just supporting his scout buddy there, who came in there going for the big play. Definitely a good opportunity there for Samsky to just clutch it out, but yeah, good
no,
tracking.
He's back on Sniper. Don't worry, BT. He's back on Sniper. He is nothing if not a wannabe Sniper main. He loves it.
Yeah. I think we're just going to keep poking fun at him. You know, maybe one day he's going to be the best sniper in Europe, and we're still going to be making fun of him. For, you know, it is just in our blood at this point. And
I love it. I love how Beeman's immediately on the sniper as well, and within about 10 seconds of spawning, it's like, right, we got ourselves another sniper duel. Let's see what's going on. Let's give both our snipers the beam. The other like 10 players in the server, just hang on a second, right? We'll see what happens here first.
Yeah, kind of interesting. We don't see a sentry gun going up here, and last this is not the standard snakewater hold yet, but Graba is standing in the standard spot where we just saw Auto like drop, right?
Yeah.
So like this is kind of the okay. The sentry is going up now. They just kind of built it up and then moved it. So I was kind of wondering what was going on with that, but yeah, I really do think the big weakness for the most part in this hold is the shutter door, because there's usually only one soldier holding it, and if you just force him away, then you can get your sniper to look in, and then he just has a clear sight line onto the medic. And it's really nice to have maybe like a dispenser a little further up that he can actually hide inside or behind, kind of, you know, just a dispenser armor. But where the dispenser is right now, that's not gonna defend the medic. It might defend him if someone comes in from below, but they need to take down the Synagogue first for that to be clear. But
so,
the paparazzi...
sorry, I need to clarify right now. We have the most patient spy in the world who's actually just completely motionless on grass. I guess he's probably calling things. They're like, I'm not quite sure what the plan is right after the Britmunks. I feel like they're really just desperately trying to find any Polish player who's like going to overpeak, but they're not even trying to really peak right now. I feel like they're being just a little bit transparent in terms of what they're trying to do here. I mean, maybe it's going to work. They have managed to bore some of these Britmunks players into taking control of lobby. Maybe there will be an opportunity, but everyone's like so close together. Yeah, Paparazzi's decloaked. Yeah. Optimistic, mate.
Yeah, that was not your time, my friend. That was never going to work. So now they're a man down. That's going to make it a lot more difficult. Matt has tried to see if he can make his way in there. At the same time, Samsky tried to see if he can get his way out through the drop down, or the balcony, whatever you want to call that. And that does not work out for him. So they're going to go back there. They tried to send in a soldier. Didn't work out. But yeah, they took a small little chance there. And they gave themselves the best chance to work. It's got the both snipers lining up against each other right now. Nope, they're going to miss.
This is good. You know, we get to enjoy some of these sniper. Obviously, potentially a sneak preview of what we're going to see on Viaduct.
Yeah, you know, I actually want to hear, while we have some time here, what do you think the rankings are going to be at the bottom of Prem? Like, if you go from the bottom team up to, like, number 4 or something.
I don't know. I think it's pretty hard. Like, we definitely know that obviously GC, Britmunks, the Polish team, and then who else is there?
There's
I don't know.
Bosco and New Team that are
Oh
kind of
yeah.
close, right?
Oh, Nancy's peeking on in. No, nothing too much is happening. I think it's difficult. I've been like looking at people's predictions. I've been finding it hard to make predictions on my own. I'll be honest. I'm not as confident as you are, Peter.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I looked at the power rankings thing that the TMXL did, right? And yeah, there was a lot of difference of opinion there. And I think one of the more interesting things that people disagreed about is where bus crew is going to be. One shoe's going to go down here. So yeah,
That's a demo as well. That is really, really peculiar. Standard somehow overstaying on lower. This kind of opens up the entirety of the left-hand side, especially if they get this gun as well.
it's so weak.
Oh,
There we
Beaver
go.
just kind of ran in and killed Samsky, though. Oh, we're taking a trade. They're all bored. Everyone in the server's bored. They're like, right, we can take a trade. It's actually a little bit better here. Koyo does manage to force off the multi here from Grabber, but not enough to get through this doorway. And with Samsky just only spawning, it's like, yeah, absolutely not going to happen. He is up on the heavy, though, so opportunities arise in the minds of the Britmunks. They can either go for a potential dry push once Samsky does arrive, which is very, well, I would say brave, but they don't even have the gun back up. Everyone on KRITZBERG seemed to be, up until that moment, happy to play normal classes. Potentially an opportunity, or maybe they just play with Samsky on second, get the Ruber, go for a trade, and then, commit to that repush.
I mean, you can definitely do a four-man sack where you just keep the heavy on the house, right? And just defend the medic on the second. That could be a thing. They just tried to send in a bunch of players and they lost 2. So now they just hold outside here with the heavy, and the heavy is very difficult to get into. You don't want to jump him. One shoe.
Oh my god, they're committing through anyway. They are absolutely insistent on the side of KRITZBERG, just keep them going forward. And actually, their spam is really, really good right now. They managed to force off this trade. It's considerably better from Grab, about 30% better as well. Alv is on the back lines, making mischief, but taking a pipe for his troubles as well. You see ones who are getting nice and deep, just about getting the rocket as well, but there's actually so much down being down on points. Mathes picking up one already, getting so much
now
damage,
this heavy.
combining with Samsky. Oh, this is so good right now. They can look to keep on going. Alv somehow staying alive that entire time. Actually, no, I take that back. No, he's a spawner, so he's going to be too far away, probably. No, this is a brave push if they commit.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. They must really trust their heavy here. It is consistent damage, but I don't think he has that much ammo left, to be honest. And yeah, like, you definitely want to get him in here on this flat side, but yeah, they are just too few people. You need to get some sort of perimeter around the heavy for him to actually be effective, and they just didn't have that. So yeah, he's just gonna leverage his huge chunk of health there, just waddle out. Not even weak, to be honest. And yeah, we're just going to settle back. And now we have this heavy on offense that they definitely know about. And it's even uber. So now the question is, how do you play this? Looks like he's going to go up through the drop down area here. It's just going to pepper down the sniper as a heavy.
I don't think anyone has told Samsky he's not still on sniper. I think he's just thinking he'll just, absolutely just kind of do it. We do see headshot ringing out. Oh my god, Stickies as well. Beaven and Sand picking up one of their own. And they're actually so aggressive. These pipes already starting to be hit. Auto. Oh, and the rocket directly surfs right into it. That's going to be Auto getting nuked down. Mathes as well. It's this one sole player of Alf. He does win the 1v1 and then dies to the gun on last.
He didn't switch yet, Alf. He didn't switch yet at all. It kind of made sense, right? Because he should have switched off there, but he just took his time, waited until everyone was gone, and then he switched off. So yeah, that went south fast. Like, the heavy got caught eating a sandwich in a corner, and I've never seen anything more pathetic than that. Him trying to just desperately get away from that soldier. And then the demo man got sniped as well, and yeah, that was just a complete disaster. Samsky, he's back on sniper, his true main class here. And he's actually in forward spawn, trying to see if he can get a good peek, but yeah, he's been spotted. Not going to be able to do much now. And it is a small advantage here for Grabber, but it's not that big, and this is Snakewater. This is a difficult map to actually push on with a small advantage, especially now that you can't run forward with the scout as fast.
Yeah. That was like exactly what I was going to say. Historically, you could just like jump to lobby and just like run scouts in and just like kind of nuke. These days, it's much harder. They do try and walk in, but Samsky's picking up a frag on the flank, which is just going to basically, I don't know, it's going to put doubt into the minds of KRITZBERG. They do want to go all the way into lobby. 98% on the side of Auto. He's going to be getting it.
Oh, no, he didn't heal anyone.
How does he get disconnected? Oh, that's such a disaster for the Britmunks. And with Samsky on the backlines as well, he's basically just going to be a non-entity. The only thing he could do is take down Bonkers, even if he wins that 1v1, but it just doesn't matter. Everyone on KRITZBERG just flooding in towards his right-hand side, getting that all-important frag. ALX all by his lonesome as he tries to sticky down the pipes, picking up Paparazzi, the stickies as well, just about, but it's gonna be nothing. Oh, what a disaster. How did that happen?
I don't understand. Like, there were people for Otto to click. He just didn't click them. Like, I guess they were just perfectly behind him whenever he looked around, and he just couldn't find them, and then he just died on 99%. And that was really terrible. Like, he was in a bad position to be if he did not have an Uber, you know? And he really trusted himself to get that Uber, and he just barely didn't. And that was tragic, and then it just all went south. And that's a quick jump in there from Bonkers. He's behind.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, he is like deep behind as well. So importantly, this is an opportunity if the Britmunks want to go on in. We do see, Bonkers is going to get taken down. There's good damage top right. We just see Beaven just run straight and pick up auto. So now it's the opportunity for Grab to try and keep himself alive. Oh, they're getting flanked from every doorway. They're actually stuck towards kitchen.
He's
players
a bunker,
on every
right?
individual side of surely there's no way they live here. Surely there's absolutely no way they live here. No, they will not. At least Wanzi manages to get one before what should be meeting his maker. Yeah.
Yeah, that was just an absolute death pit that they ended up in right there. Like, they were just alone in kitchen right there, and everyone was all just barreling in on them from both sides. And, you know, a demo and a soldier trying to defend a medic, like, technically that's possible, but they didn't have everything loaded, and they didn't want to be there, really, so they were just trying to get out as fast as possible, and they had no chance. So that's going to be a late death for Grava as well, which is nice since Otto died quickly. So he's actually going to be at a pretty big advantage. Never mind, except he just died. Get body shot.
That's even more insane because literally Paparazzi was just standing motionless. He was being bombed. He had eaten the first rocket before he even clicked, and he's still just like zero punish. And after all of that, it's just Mathers. There's like 100 health combined on all the Polish players, but they're just going to keep control of second. Like Grabber went down, but Water's got no one to heal, so this is just going to be, it's going to end up basically equal.
Yeah, saying they have 100 is selling it a little bit high. Like, they had about 50 combined, so they're not chasing down Mattis, that's for sure. But it's basically going to be a double team wipe almost. Like, just no one's able to really do anything. So we're going to be settling back here. Otto with a small advantage. We got Samsky on Sniper. This is not something that they're going to be pushing on. If they do, I will be shocked. Like, they might push out a little bit aggressively into grass just to get Samsky some room to work with. Like, he is going to get a view onto this demo man, but nope.
Oh my god. Not only does Samsky just get nuked down, but Paparazzi hits that opening shot. 2 players down on the side of the Britmunks. Even with their like 10% ad, this isn't really enough here. Stan has been so brave. The rest of his team, nowhere to be seen. But just like Stan's energy is enough to force these players back. Uber does get used the second they get it, but it's not enough. Grabber does use his, and a little bit better as well. Otto desperately going to try and dodge him, try and get himself out alive. Nice little circle, not taking too much damage at all. Somehow keeps on living and living and living, but I think he's going to take him on down. The rest of these players from the Britmunks are just surging forward, though. 1, 2, 3 frags already. So, how is it just Wanzu?
I don't know. It was a very chaotic fight right there. I really feel like back in the old days, the medics would have just escaped there with some scouts. But not this time around. One's just got to see if he can come in here and block the point. Gets a nice rocket onto a soldier. And somehow hits the stick. But not enough. He tried. I'll give him that.
Oh, if that had actually been like a kill somehow, that would have been like the most BM way of like getting a frag in that situation. That's kind of crazy. Paparazzi, still sniper. You know, he's a simple man. He sees that he's spawned. He presses the sniper button. Rinse, repeat until game is over. Of course, they are currently a round up. 8 minutes left to go. So, you know, they don't really have to do anything too crazy. See, they're on their own last. Like, the worst thing in the world right now would be to, like, get overly aggressive and then just, like, give away a round really easily. They do seem kind of intent on doing exactly that.
What? He got caught.
This is chaos right now. This is actual just like chaos TF2. Everyone's dying to Bonkers. Bonkers just gets a 3k.
Yeah, just spam people out. The easiest 3k of his life. And look at that. Koyer's so weak. He's going to have to jump all the way back to actually get a med kit. And there's just no way they're going to be able to hold this second. They're being kind of slow right now. They're just checking every corner to make sure that there's no backcap coming in. I mean, I guess that makes sense. But as a result, they are going to be a little bit slow. And there could be some soldiers just jumping in on them pretty quickly. Here comes the first one. Yeah, he just kills himself. And here comes the scout as well. But Uber actually comes out of here. But Otto, he doesn't have scout speed. He is eventually maybe going to make it out of there. Yeah, he will. But the soldier's still behind.
Marquez actually just spent 10 full seconds just rocket jumping around second. For most of that, no one was even looking at him. He was just jumping around because it felt good. And then defeats the pipe and dies anyway. None of it matters at all. Yeah, continuing reigning chaos right now. Again, damage is so good. Samsky just walks straight in, kills Stan, walks out again. He knows he's got uber advantage. No demo now. This is KRITZBERG nowhere near mid. They're going to have no chance at all capping this at all. This might even be a potential opportunity for Britmunks to just take control a second and just go straight last. This should just be like everything they need. Deep Soldier is going to try and make the best of things. But he hit about 50 damage total. The second soldier's in as well. Oh! The big, beefy rockets from Bonkers.
Bonkers just getting so many kills right now. Like, just every rocket he hits just seems to get a kill somehow. And that was really, really crucial. Grabber was at a big disadvantage, and they could have pushed on that so easily. Like, I really thought once the first soldier jumped into the bee swarm there, just of everything, just shooting at the people, it was bad for them. But no, now it's going to be Grabber with a full uber advantage. And it's just, like, the faster they push, the better, I think. But the Samsky, he kind of knows what's up here. He's gone spy, and if he can just make it his way in there and get a back cap, it's going to be perhaps an opportunity to just steal around right now. Soda jumps in, gets air shot there, but yeah, I don't think they want to mess with it.
Decloak directly behind Grabber. Grabber actually uses from just pure fear and confusion just then.
Wow, respects the pistol, I guess. Like, he was at like 70 when he popped, right?
Yeah, like, I guess maybe he just took down from behind. He wasn't quite sure what it was. He heard someone scream spy and was just like, well, I'm not dropping. I don't care. I'm not losing like this. Not interested. But kind of giving away like a 60% advantage here.
Yeah. Oh, here comes
Bonkers
the
can't do it again.
Auto.
There's no way Bonkers can do it again. No. Okay, he gets Koyo, Beaven as well, feeding in as well. That's 3 men for 1 force, which didn't actually happen at all. So surely this is the moment where the Britmunks punish, get their equalizing round all the way through lower is the way they want to move things. Not even using it all the way where the scout's basically on point. Yeah, Paparazzi's going down, should be able to clean up Stan nice and easily. Yeah, just death and destruction. Second round here, 2-2, and only 5 minutes left to go right now.
Yeah. 2-2. This could very easily go to Golden Cap. This does not surprise me. I think this was always going to be a pretty close match. You know, they are very equally matched here. And that double soldier bomb onto the medic is so disastrous when you don't actually get the force out. Like, you really need to get that. And they paid for it with a round here. Koyo immediately onto Demo Man.
Goodbye. Koyo asserting dominance on the mid fight. Just like, you know what? Neither of us get to play this mid fight. You're on your own, basically. We do see Auto with a crisp little surf all the way towards the Paparazzi tries to get in on him as well. He does actually get that frag, and is he going to win this 1v1 with Alv as well? Even missing the health pack? Oh, he's such a brave boy. Eventually, he does say, you know what? Not going to take that fight because I don't need to. Going to get back to my medic. Going to play these hills. Much, much better mid from the side of KRITZBERG. But we do have hiders on lower. Samsky in just the most div 6 spot I've seen in a while. Oh, and he gets punished.
Yeah, sometimes that works, I guess. I assume. Otherwise, why would you do it? Anyway, this is actually a really good opportunity. Unless Alvin hits a big shot onto Grabber, this is going to be a full Uber advance push into last with only 3.5 minutes remaining. This is a golden opportunity for KRITZBERG to actually get a win here.
Yeah, should be good stuff. There's only a couple of stickies towards point. They should be able to scatter these pretty easily. There's going to be the first frag here. Paparazzi getting so much time on point. We do see Koyo basically go straight onto point to try and deny things, but this is just going to be frag after frag after frag. Polish side. The second they lose one, they get one again. 3-2. Still in the driver's seat here.
Yeah, they got that really quickly. Also, just a textbook push in there. Good pressure on the point. Good job from the soldier and demo man, just locking down the spawn doors and just riding that Uber advantage all the way in here. And now we've got 3 minutes remaining here, and Alvin and the Britmunks, they're down a round, but they do have time to get one, but they need this mid-win for sure.
Yeah, this time we don't see that same aggression towards Stan. I'm sure his heart rate was a little bit elevated at the start, but he does get to play this mid, which is a little bit nice. We do see Auto delaying quite a bit on top left. He knows these soldiers are going to bomb, so he's playing on this kind of a little bit of a bait angle. The rest of his team biding their chances. Matt's now going to be jumping on, but he is a little bit weak already. Gets some nice damage, nice little Air shot there towards 1-2, and the sticky's picking up Paparazzi's going to be really good. 1, 2, 3. Stan so far forward and by himself as well. He's actually going to hit no damage. And this is really, really scary. Beaven and Grabber, they do get out. They're basically on last, so no real attempt to catch them on the exit, but potential to try and get up a sack attempt really quickly. And ultimately, if you're the side of the Britmunks, that's what you need to do. You can't let this kind of go on and on and on. Only 2 minutes left, and you are still around down.
Yeah, right now, Alvin and the Britmunks, they need to figure out a way to get this Uber out of the equation here for Grabber. Like, even just a normal trade would be good enough for them. If they can figure out where the medic is, they just need to pop in here. And yeah, they actually get it immediately. So this is actually pretty good. Ubers are now out of the equation, but what to do after this?
Oh, no! Oh, ALX is just getting absolutely nuked. Samsky is well cleaned up. Koyo is so weak. Oh my, they're actually getting obliterated towards lobby. That's so unfortunate. I did think it was really brave of them to commit so hard there, but the juggles from KRITZBERG was really, really solid there. So now they have control a second, an even nicer position from their point of view. Still being equal, they know that, you know, they don't have that same fear of like they can always back up to last if they need to. It's 70 seconds on the clock, and this is the Britmunks going in for a 5 versus 6, basically all-in push. The deep bomb from Mathez basically getting neutralized already. At least they do manage to get just a couple frags here, and with Grabber being on the low ground and separated from the rest of his team, they have no choice but to basically start backing up here. But everyone else is dying. Samsy beefing some all-important shots, and I think that basically might be game. It's just Koyo and Stan and Grabber. They don't even care. So little respect. They're not even engaging.
That should be that. There's just no way they have the time here. I was always most thinking that it's actually better for them to be pushing second than last, because second is so open and you can just take a normal DM fight. But they just didn't quite have the heals to go in here, and they didn't manage to get the good positioning that they really wanted. So at the end of the day, not going to get it. They have 20 seconds now to get 2 points. They're going to give it their best college try. I admire that, but yeah, Uber just gets popped on the point. There's no way this is going to work, and this is just feeding the logs at this point. And that's going to be that. GG calls KRITZBERG for defense, coming back with a bit of a comeback and maybe a bit of an upset as well. Not the biggest upset in the world, but definitely something I wasn't expecting. It went against my prediction, and I think yours as well. So great job by them, and it was a back and for sure. It was just constantly different teams just showing that they were on top in each round.
Yeah, it's definitely very, very well played, very deserved. But like I said, it still was, you know, kind of does feel like it could have been anyone's game, just depending on the day. You know, maybe like 5 minutes more on the clock. I think we very possibly could have saw an equalizer there. But no point talking about what could have happened, because this is 3 points firmly slotted to Grabber and his friends, and obviously that little bit of momentum you get when you win the first map, obviously going into Viaduct, is nicer. You know, it's nice to be feeling yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And this actually is some pretty interesting logs if we take a look at them, because we can see that the explosive class is actually dominating the damage and the kills. And that's sort of interesting, right? When we're going into Viaduct, which is just the most scout-centric map. So, I mean, I assume Sam's going to play Perma Sniper. But, you know, maybe he's going to play some Scout as well. Who knows? We'll take that when we get to it. But really quite interesting just how, yeah, just explosive classes dominant this was. And it actually really heavily favored the mids in favor of Alvin and the Britmunks. But
yeah. So like the real stats which are pointing out to me is obviously 5 mid-fight wins to 1, right? Like the Britmunks won 5 mids. They also had 4 less Ubers because 3 of them were dropped by auto that game.
Oh yeah.
So like obviously there's a lot of situations which were like, I mean, there was some unfortunate stuff. There's some stuff which was just like absolute kind of not being able to react to those messy situations, but kind of it almost doesn't really matter what the context is. Games where that kind of situation is happening it's never going to go too well for you. And like you say, this is potentially indicative of what we're going to see on Viaduct, because on Viaduct you can win or lose a map based on, you know, how many times your meta gets caught out or how many unfortunate situations happen. You can just absolutely, you know, you can have almost like better DM and players in almost every regard, but if the other team plays the Uber game sensibly and you don't, that can just kind of be curtains.
It's definitely also just an indicator of the way KRITZBERG is playing, because we saw those double soldier bombs onto auto many times, including times where it just did not work and they just got rolled on last because they had no players alive, right? So it's definitely part of the plan. And I think I can already confidently predict that on these mid fights and just in fights in general, we're going to see both soldiers jump behind. It's a very
Yeah.
normal thing to do on this map, and I cannot imagine that we're not going to see Wanshu and Bonkers just constantly being on the opponent's side of the map as soldiers just behind lines, causing mayhem and chaos and doing as much damage as they can from back there. So definitely, Otto, he needs to be on his best behavior and just staying close to his bodyguards for sure. Maybe even be a bit more aggressive than you'd normally be, just because you know the soldiers are behind you. It's very interesting how it can actually be safer to go forward in a lot of situations where you kind of feel like you're walking into a demo man and two scouts, but like you actually just get some distance from the bombing soldiers behind you as well. So it's going to be a very interesting sort of tightrope to watch on this map.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of thinking, obviously, what you said about potential for Samsky sniping on Viaduct. Obviously, it's year of our Lord 2020. If you have a scout going a sniper, almost always you're going to put a soldier onto scout. But I feel like, honestly, the Polar side is probably better equipped for off-class and a sniper. Paparazzi going sniper and moving Wanzu to scout seems a more kind of like regular change than Samsky sniping, and then presumably you would put maybe Mathers on scout. I feel like Wanzu would be the more experienced scout in that matchup. It'd be an easier switch for them to make. I'm just kind of thinking, if these two soldiers are going to be going aggressive, a lot of mids, it's potential for the Britmunks to kind of get baited into over relying on these off classes when, like a solid scout can just work wonders on Viaduct.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting to think about, right? It's so convenient if your soldier is a good sniper because you just have
Oh,
to
yeah.
change very little. But it kind of seems to me like neither of these teams have like a sniper main that also plays soldier, so they're gonna have to make some weird compromises here. And yeah, I am not sure if they're gonna just go sniper straight to mid or if they're just gonna do a cookie cutter mid and then switch into sniper as appropriate. I kind of feel like that's going to be the case. Going sniper to mid is pretty bad in my opinion. Like you get overwhelmed so easily, and usually the soldiers are jumping behind anyway. And if there's just a free kill waiting for them on battlements, then that's just you throwing the mid almost. So my prediction would definitely be that they're just going to do cookie cutter for the first mid, and then after that it's just going to be constant off classes here for at least
So
one of the teams.
I'm looking at the warm up logs a second. So KRITZBERG just running all cookie cutter in their warm up for Viaduct today. For the Britmunks, they did run Samsky with a perma sniper, and with no soldier off class and a scout. Alv was the only scout on that team. Koyo and Mathes both
Huh.
playing soldier, and they did actually lose 3-2 to one of the Div 1 teams. I believe the Finnish Div 1 team. So potentially, maybe that was something they were trying in the warm up, and then they're like, "Yeah, mate, it's not our day." It'll be interesting because definitely a little bit unconventional opting for soldiers instead of scouts, because
Yeah.
scouts are quite good, aren't they? Really?
Yeah, this is this the gunboat theory? They're just so overpowered
Maybe.
now that you don't need scouts. I mean, that would be quite the hot take. I think to just go
Oh,
for
mate,
that.
you've not been talking to low players enough. Low players are they're furious at the soldier class right now. They're like, mate, this is the most OP thing I've ever played against.
Yeah,
Maybe
they
this is
just
it.
jump in
Maybe,
and hug you.
yeah, maybe the Britmonks are getting their advice from low players.
Yeah, like dude, soldier is so good when there's no good scouts in the game. It's incredible. Like
You just
soldier is
shoot the
so
floor,
easy
dude.
to play. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely scales very differently in low games and high games. That's for sure. Uh, yeah, scouts are still the best class in the game. I'm pretty confident in saying that. But yeah, soldier has definitely gained a bit of an edge because they can just like jump into people with much less of a like consequence, basically, right? Like you
Yeah.
just kind of brainlessly just right into people, just shoot them right in front of them. Don't care.
And you
And
can
just
hold corridors as well, right? You can do that thing when you're in an enclosed area, shoot the floor, and not instantly die. That's like,
are
honestly,
you
like the biggest part
sure?
of the whole change.
Like I just I don't think I will ever believe that I can stand in a corridor and then a scout runs into me and then I die in one shot. You know, that just feels
It's
like something that is going to happen forever.
yeah, like it's such an intrinsic part of like TF2, and like playing with this change. There's genuinely been moments where I was like, "Ah, oh, I'm dead." Oh yeah, yeah. The game
That's
has
right.
changed.
I get a second rocket. This is
My
nice.
God. And then the scout's buffed, and you only do like 170, and he kills you anyway. But it doesn't matter, right? Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's
Also,
all
there's
good.
like no corridors on this map. There's like one in the middle, you know, and then there's like going into spawn. There's some corridors where you never fight anyway, so not that relevant in here, but
No,
on this
it's fine.
map.
We can still talk in theory craft. Connect is just like a deathbed. If you ever take the connector pack during a fight, you will die 100% of the time. That's how it works. That little health pack in connector, it's specifically put there to catch people who are quite stupid and want to feed. That's true.
Yeah, yeah. I love when people put like little resources in dumb places that makes people overextend. I love it. It's like, ooh, a med kit, and then you just take like a 100 damage rocket and like, oh, this is not worth it. This only gives me 41 health. Not worth it at all.
No, who on the side of KRITZBERG is currently not on the server. I'm trying to. I've
Beaver,
just
I
watched all
believe.
six of them play. Ah, yes, Bevan. Okay. I believe, yeah, he was just restarting his PC, and he has in fact rejoined the game. Everyone on the Britmunks is seemingly ready to go. So as soon as Bevan rejoins, we should be basically ready to get started. Oh,
Yeah.
dude, he's got fat. Look how fast his PC is. He's already here. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Does he just like? Does he have like a preload map or something special? Like that was so fast. Whenever I rejoin F, whenever I like open my game and join a map, it just takes a while. Like it just has a coffee break or something. Just nothing happens forever. It is infuriating. But
All right, let's do some quick predictions a second. We were both wrong last time, so let's see if we can be both wrong this time. Who do you reckon is going to be taking Viaduct?
I think I will go with the Alvin and the Britmunks once again. They don't need mid fights to win this at all. Who cares? Even though they won them, I don't know. That makes no sense. You go.
I'm thinking I'm full KRITZBERG hype train right now. They're going to absolutely nuke things. This is going to be our second map here, ETF2L season 37, week 2. This is KRITZBERG for defense versus Alvin and the Britmunks. Starting off with our first mid here on Product. We see Stan getting really aggressive all the way towards 40. He does get bombed. 2 crispy rockets from Curry. Going to be picking them up as well. Oh, the combined power of these soldiers just nuking all the way forward. Grab and Beeman's basically already out of the fight now. I was going to say the only player really able to do anything was Bonkers, but he's back in spawn as well. Just very, very easily done there by the Britmunks.
Yeah, it was very passive mid coming out of KRITZBERG, and Alvin and the Britmonk, they took full advantage. Just really aggressive play, bombing those soldiers and winning a 1v1 up on the rock there as well from Mattis. Really nice job by him. And now we're going to have this even Uber fight here. So I think it's just going to be a matter of getting Ubers out of the way and then doing a repush, because they do have the spawn advantage here on blue.
Yeah, this will be an opportunity for them. They do look like they want to try and tickle the point just a little bit. Obviously, get that cap time, forcing the players on the Britmunks to try and move forward to deny that, therefore taking damage in the whole situation. But their spam's actually looking pretty good right now. The damage being dealt with the soldiers and demo here, combining with these scouts, are doing so well. Gravitas actually uses Uber super early. Also just about taking enough damage to have to go forward, but actually Alv is cleaning up Stan so easy. Doesn't get that flash, and yeah, with Bonkers trading there for Koyu, this is just going to be not good at all for the side of KRITZBERG. And this is all the Britmunks just basically surging forward here, picking up one and possibly another, at least Grabbers all the way back out. Now we do see the big bomb from one to actually. Oh, that's so cheeky, and he gets away as well.
Yeah, the disrespect. But actually, so far, like, remember when I talked about how the both soldiers were just going to be behind from KRITZBERG the entire time? That hasn't happened yet at all. They literally haven't done it until this soldier just jumped in right now. But the KRITZBERG, they've just been so passive this entire time. Finally, they actually do manage to just gain enough space to actually get this cap point. But they've been so passive with both the soldiers so far on this map, and I really don't like that play style. So hopefully they kind of correct that as we go forward.
We do see in all of that, the Polish team did manage to get themselves a controller point. A nice chunk of the time already been clocked off there by the Britmunks, but They do find themselves in an equal Uber situation. This time they have to be the aggressors. Alv does want to take a little bit of the fight forward. And now the soldiers getting that nice little follow-up as well. They have forced a lot of these players quite far back, and even picking up Bonkers is going to make this just a little bit nicer. Uber does get used. Oh, nice air shot onto ALX, but it's not going to be a frag. So does it really matter all that much? Samsky actually super aggressive. KRITZBERG basically all the way behind. He does so much damage. They do pick up Grabber as well. Now they have to be so careful on the side of KRITZBERG. All the way playing with Grabber. They have so much control over things. They can finish up this countdown the second basically anything happens.
This is a little bit spooky. Alive as well. He's just doing so much work. Stan is on 1 HP, a literal 1 HP life right there, and he's actually gonna get out. Yeah, Alvin knows. He's pissed. Sometimes you just do be like that, my friend. But yeah, Auto with the Uber advantage here, but the spawn disadvantage. So they're just gonna try and lemmings in here on KRITZBERG, doing their best job of that. Soda's gonna jump in very aggressively, sends a Soda into the skybox, but just the fact that he's behind is gonna mean that everyone's gonna go back right now. But it looks like Otto just wants to use the super to come in and recap.
That's, yeah, actually really well played there from KRITZBERG. Their soldiers dancing on basically did force enough these players all the way back to point, so this is going to be a nice little situation. Grabber actually just by getting his Kritzkrieg, and he's using instantly Stan, getting his stickies all the way forward so far. Uber just only gets used, and now they're going to find themselves incredibly far forward. Uber getting 1-2 frags already, basically chasing them all the way to the corner. Matthes just wants to go so deep. Oh, these frags are just absolutely nuking. Oh, brutal.
Yeah, only positive thing is that we saw Derpy Hoops go down there at the or ALX. So that means that they can just immediately run out. There's going to be no sticky trap. So a quick repush can come out here, no problem. And that's going to be very convenient because they are running out of time right now. There's about 15 seconds remaining, and they just have to recap this. Soda's going to jump in very aggressive. This is what I want to see. They're both in behind, and they're putting pressure on the point.
They are, yeah, we do actually somehow, in order to get 2 frags already, a third and a fourth. This is absolutely fantastic for them, and Auto's going to get chased all the way through main and a late spawn as well. The one little bit of an issue right now is the fact that Grabber is still on this crits. So it almost doesn't really matter at this point.
They could crit into spawn. I don't think, like, you never expect that, right?
I want to see it so much. Oh. So we do see these players mostly towards this left-hand side. Oh, yeah. I could foresee just absolute nuke. Yeah, they are just going to try and disband from this foothold. Grabber's actually so far forward. He is somehow... How are they getting 3 frags here?
Oh my lord.
And Auto's basically not been healing this entire time. Even Samsky goes down basically in spawn. The BM. Auto's not been healing this whole time. This is actually possibly the one opportunity to lose this. They might just about be doing...
Spawn, do it. They're not doing it, but...
They're still on this doorway. They don't have a pyro this time. Go on. Crit the doorway. They use it now. 1 rocket. 2. That's not really enough, though. We do see Paparazzi try and peek in as well. Not really going to matter now. Oh, this is big advantage, but I mean, it's a lot of pressure. If Auto dies in any kind of silly situation right now, that's like GG for the round.
Yeah, medic is incredibly important on this map. It's just much more than any other map. It's all about your medic situation and his Uber. They're going to run out here with Auto, not even having it yet, but he's going to secure it now. They're going to move in. They have this Uber advantage, and they're even going up against the crits. So they're actually just going to pop it very aggressively, and they catch out the medic. Really good jump in there from the demo man. Wow. What a push.
Oh no. Oh my god. After all of that, after that massive comeback from KRITZBERG, that just Uber, turns out when you're invulnerable, you just jump in, kill 3 people. Fantastic pipes there from ALX, and yeah, wasn't pretty, but that's a round on the board for the Britmunks.
I do love that KRITZBERG is using crits. That is so appropriate. It only just now struck me. You know, I'm slow. Yeah, I do love that. What a round. That was really entertaining. It's this time around, once you're in bonk, they're going to jump so aggressively.
Oh, this damage is so good for Koyo and Matthes. They get so much there, but somehow these scouts just running basically all the way across point. Oh, such an important frag there for Beeban, but we still have fights going on. Oh my god. Ow. I stiddle 3k that mid. Both medics died. Potential opportunity for crits again. Grabber not quite feeling it. He does get considerably earlier spawn. There's still fights going on. This is basically almost going to be a second mid fight, but just the sheer power that is Grabber spawning early is going to get them control of this point, 25% advantage, and forcing Samsky into a sniping position.
Oh, here we go. We've been waiting for it. And we haven't really seen much yet. Grabber's in a nice position right now to not get sniped. And right now, this is a good time for One-Shoe and Bonkers to just go ham when there's a sniper instead of 2 scouts, just peppering them down. And so far they're doing pretty well, but now we see the soldiers on the other side as well going down. Bevan getting piped, that's going to change everything. And I think, yeah, this point's going to fall for sure, but Grabber is on an advantage.
Yeah, they need to be pretty ready though. Bevan and Bonkers just only spawning Uber up now. 25% advantage is not a great deal to go with. So they're actually just using super early stand, going nice and deep. Good damage already, but he's just going to get cleaned up. Meta cannot run that fast, my man. And this is going to be 90% on auto. He should be getting it just in time to keep on moving forward. The only saving grace right now is the fact that the health is bad on the side of the Britmunks. And we have so many of these Polish players just running all the way behind. This is like chaos play right now. Bonkers meeting his maker in the eyes of a scout, and these players on the side of the Britmunks, they're just taking a moment just to be a little bit calm here. They can just play around the hills, not take any dumb 1v1s. They should be fine to hold this right now.
Yeah, pretty nice job there by everyone, just sort of being a very porous team, making sure there's like they don't take all the same damage and just spread out enough to go in there. And someone that's been caught in house there, so this repush in here for KRITZBERG is not looking too hot right now. The Ubers are completely even, so that's not really a factor right now. The sooner you can come in here and gain ground, the better, especially with the amount of time that they have on the point. One-Shoe's going to jump in super aggressive and actually win the fight against Koyo. Now he's behind.
Yeah, this is scary. The second your flank gets busted open a little bit, basically Samsky's not going to really be doing anything, but Matez just jumps straight on in and picks up Grabber. This is kind of spooky. They got control of the point, but the repush can basically be any second now. And their players are just every different angle. They're all taking weird little 1v1s. They're all just getting nuked down. Alvin an 8k already. They're just gonna, yeah, like they're retaking this for free. And this is probably the one situation where you can kind of understand the idea of running the sniper on both soldiers, because both soldiers means there's more spam, and you've got the yeah. This is really difficult to push into.
Yeah, indeed. We got that one single solitary demo man on the left side, and they're just kind of trying to overwhelm him. I think they're being slow about it, but there we go. Hits a nice pipe on him. Bevan will get sniped down by Samsky, and they've actually somehow not broken the demo man. Wow, that's a really great forward hold there, coming out from ALX. I'm kind of impressed. I thought for sure he was going to go down, but yeah, there were no quickie bombs to like take down Stiggy, no pyro, and okay.
Oh my god, that was so weird. Barati just ran on in. I think Koei was just facing the other way. He's just charging on forward. A lot of flashes of the Ubers, and this is going to be so much damage being dealt by Mathes. They're not really getting the frags though. In fact, they're finding themselves overextending now. We do see Deep Soldier going in, trying to neutralize the sniper of Samsky. Everyone else is running on forward. Paparazzi is just a pyro. He is just full on, flame on, just doesn't care at all. Auto might even be dying towards spawn. Don't beef your shotgun.
Wow.
Wanzu! That's such a disaster. That could have meant so much in this round.
Oh my god. Oh wow. I completely missed Stan's air shot there. I'm sorry. But that was an insane survival there by Otto as well. Like, that was some major beef there by One-Shoe, but yeah, crazy important fight from Otto, just dodging all of that as well. And now we've got another fight. His soldier's going to jump in behind, very aggressive, and takes down Otto. After all that dodging, Bonkers just jumps in and kills him. Anyway.
Ooh. Grabber is playing these soldiers like a fiddle right now. He actually took no damage. He does eventually have to use, but they basically have to sacrifice so many players for it. This is honestly a little bit confusing right now. Presumably, yeah, I was going to say just then, like, all they have to do really is cap the point, and yet they're committing to the Samsky sniper. Presumably, he now will come up on scout again. This is, like, equal Ubers. KRITZBERG do still have control of point. This is, I don't know, it kind of seems like another situation where KRITZBERG can just kind of take this away from the Britmunks if they just keep on playing cool.
Yeah, it turned into a 6-man sack after they lost their medic. And unfortunately for them, they didn't get Grabber. Grabber just dodged everything. Actually, he ran forward and dodged all the soldiers. He's a genius. And, oh, now he runs backward into a soldier. Oh, man. Always plus forward, my friend. Actually, we've got Samsky running in here. Actually gets a kill. There's a pyro on mid, but Yeah, and good job there from the scout taking him down. So yeah, now time is running down. Grabber only just now spawned. This is some real chaos plays going on. So we got Wanshu hiding in the corner. Oh, he's been spotted.
Oh no. Oh, not the spot. Not it's again. It's such a div stick spot. Now you have to hold this against an Uber with one less player. Uber does at least get used early. Alex jumping all the way towards China. Bonker's going behind because he knows this refight. They have to be ready to go, but Grabber's already gone down. They have no heals for a sustained fight. It's do something right now, or basically force losing around 10 seconds, picking down. Everything's looking good. One, two,
they're running in one by one. They're panicking.
Oh no. This is yeah. Kind of brutal right now.
Yeah, I like this from KRITZBERG. They give them hope, and then you just crush their dreams right before they think they might have a chance of winning. And that's going to be 2-0 in favor of KRITZBERG. So far, you
the
definitely...
Britmunks, my man. The Britmunks. Yeah. Those.
Oh, right. I'm bad, but at least my prediction was right.
Exactly. Feeling good. All right, we do see Paparazzi sniper to mid, even in Wanzu as the scouts on the polar side cookie cutter for the Britmunks. There's going nice and deep headshot onto Samsky, and Wanzu aggressive towards this demo is going to be making this a really, really nice introduction into this mid. Mathez on the backline's the only real risk, but we do see Stan basically in a position to, yeah, he's like constantly aware. He's running quickies as well. This is some gimmicks right now. We've got quickies and sniper. I'm liking this.
Yeah, no KRITZBERG to go with the quickies. Man, he's going to get taken down there from Stan. So, yeah, I've actually seen quickies used on this map to great effect before. Like, we saw Brago do it a lot back in the day. Like, it worked really well just because, you know, it deals with scouts so well. Unfortunately, there's only one of them to actually deal with. So Samsky is now on sniper, and there we go, wins the sniper duel. It's going to give them a lot of space to work with now. You're always so afraid of walking into a sniper sideline, but yeah, now you have no fear.
Yeah, this is going to be Uber's traded. A little bit messy for both teams. A lot of flashes going off, but it is actually be about 20% better for Auto, but somehow that's just not going to matter at all. Oh my god, that's absolutely brutal. Koyo now finding himself in between two different scouts. We do see the bomb onto Grabber, but Grabber's going to get himself alive and escaping. 17 HP he was at the end of that bomb. But he's got the pack, going to be full now, going to keep on healing, even just from having players near him. Got him about 10% advantage again. And they still have the sniper. The second, you know, you have like a defending sniper, makes it so much more difficult to peek these angles, to try and walk anywhere. This is going to be really hard for the Britmunks.
Indeed. And we see a soldier getting a rebuff right now, and usually the way you open this is to jump in two soldiers and just get them behind, but Samsky just immediately goes down. Here comes the first soldier. Actually does make his way in behind and does a lot of work. Yeah, look at all this space this is bought, and actually Grabber goes down as well. Alvin is coming in there and actually taking him down, so a great push in here. They do cap it out immediately, which means that they're not going to get their respawners very quickly. So there's actually a nice little window right now for KRITZBERG to just come in and recapture this before anyone else can really come in here with the reinforcement. But Bonkers denied so hard right now.
Yeah, this is still big Uber advantage for Auto. Bevan is going to go down very early. Gets traded out for ALX, so Wardens are somehow just about living there. At any point, Auto could just look to move on forward, but they've already lost 3 players. Mathez basically, he's actually just gonna headshot the sky. That is like textbook have Uber, but just have none of it matter. Yeah. Oh my god, that's so sad.
Oh my god, Otto, you're in the sniper sight line. Yeah, this is scary. Alright, it's just the 2 snipers being tanked right now. Just trying to shoot each other as we come in here. Uber advantage has been wasted at this point. So that's unfortunate. Grabber, he's going to get forced by a soldier. So nice jump in there. So the Uber is going to be slightly better right now for Alvin and the Britmunks, but it might just not be enough here as they did lose a player.
Oh my god, this pipe coming up from Stan basically just cracks open this entire defense. Samsky as well goes down. Auto, once again, finding himself getting out of this fight with no one to heal, keeping himself at a constant slight disadvantage. Koyo, again, super, super late deaths. This is the first time we've seen for KRITZBERG where they have a significant time advantage. They have like their bit of Uber advantage. They still have their sniper up. This should be so, so good for them to start trying to notch things away. Obviously, with the ETF2L rule set, there's 1 point already to the side of the Britmunks for getting 2 rounds in this game. So there is still a little bit to play for here.
It's absolutely nuked. It's taken down immediately. However, oh my god! That's a flank right there. There's still some time on the point, but I don't think there's anything Matters can do about this. I think he's just gonna jump in and get the airhead shotted. Here we go.
Oh, he's jumped in and, you know, a body shot. And then that's going to be Karma taking on down 1 round. Potentially a comeback here.
Yeah, we've seen it before. Wouldn't be the first time. Viaduct can be very, like, momentum based, I feel like. It's just, when you start losing on Viaduct, it just feels like there's nothing you can do. It feels so hopeless once it starts happening. But obviously this is a new round, so maybe not. We will see here as what they do in this first round. They've been very passive on these mids, I feel like, both teams.
Well, we are seeing, once again, a sniper on both sides. Samsky and Paparazzi, you know. It's their gimmick. We do see the quickie bombs coming into action, taking down ALX already. The soldier behind Mathez does manage to pick up 1. This is actually some scrappy little fights going on right now. It is ending up better for the polar side. Mathez in now. Ooh, nice. Nice little surf there from Grabber. Getting all the way out towards his right-hand side. And really, I mean, Samsky's basically not been present on this mid at all.
Yeah. Like, just the way that the soldiers were getting denied there was just really crucial. And it's just this sniper's just not doing much in terms of giving you presence on this mid. At least now they're going to have some chance to actually maybe drop the medic here. But yeah, making their way across this mid, it's going to be very difficult. Alf's going to try and see if he can get some time on the point. But actually they're just going to pop in here as Paparazzi will win the sniper duel against Samsky.
Yeah, so that actually makes what was a slightly worse Uber for the polar side. Actually a good situation. Wanzu! He just actually boxed forward and just 2-shot ALX. That is actually obscene. And the headshot ringing out as well onto Auto. This is like a completely different KRITZBERG right now. I swear to God, they're just like absolutely on it already. A minute's ticked out and the headshot is Samsky again. Brother is on tilt right now.
Yeah, it might be time to go back to scout. I'm not sure. It's just not working. I really feel like Sniper on defense is so much better than Sniper on offense on this map. Oh my god, Paparazzi just hitting everything right now. Like,
he is, yeah, he's absolutely not stopping. And this, like, I don't know if it's a sack wave or just trying to take space. They're going in 1 by 1. They're just getting, like, they're played like absolute fiddles right now. Auto still trying to just about, like, keep healing his players. Bevan just has 0 respect at all. Gets all the way towards main. Doesn't even really, I mean, he goes down to 28, but he's just going to keep getting on out. This is still an Uber advantage. After all of this time, Grabber still has an Uber advantage. Auto only now on 80%.
And it's 0 time on the point as well. There's like 2 minutes off the clock just immediately for KRITZBERG. This is such a dominant position to be in. Soldiers going to jump in very aggressively. He's going to be met by a scout, and his rest of the team is just not in there quite yet. And oh my god, Grabber even contributing there with a kill for his team. So yeah, Uber's still not in effect here, but this is not a point that you can just edge with this composition.
No, absolutely not. Great, like, timed aggression there from the scouts on the polar side. They, like, go in 1 by 1, but they're going across different angles. They manage to pick up 1. Beeman does manage to go down for it. Wanzu's over-aggression may get punished, but the follow-up down from Stan is really, really nice. Ultimately, they are met by these bombing soldiers. Now they've cleaned them up. If they can just take a moment just to hit some arrows, get some beam right now, they might be looking okay, but it's actually Grabber backing up now. Wanzu and Bonkers, they'll pay for their life right now, as Grabber will be escaping all the way towards main. So, finally, Britmunks get themselves control of point, but, like,
it took them 2.5 minutes to do it, though. That's the big problem for them right now, and Grabber was just dancing right there. He lost his Uber, I don't know, I don't want to say advantage because it was even Ubers, but he's at an Uber disadvantage now because he didn't have anyone to heal when he ran out. But just the fact that he actually survived is really good movement from him. So I don't want to underplay that for sure. And he's very far forward. He can get popped on right now. This is a very, very dangerous situation for Grabber, and I don't even know if he knows about it. But look at this aggression from Beaver, just forward alone. And Grabber now getting jumped.
Grabber, no! They've been absolutely annihilated by the Mathez bomb. Fantastic little read there. Bonkers on the backlines. He's getting just 5 guys immediately turned to him. They're just like, no, buddy, we are not letting you do this. We do see spawners on the side of KRITZBERG. It's still not too bad of a situation because it's effectively equal. Like the 13% advantage for auto doesn't really come into it. The headshot though is. This is. I'm kind of thinking this might honestly be like a reverse sweep if we can't see KRITZBERG just do something more to break this hold.
Yeah, we do see that sometimes, but the paparazzi on the 8K takes down a scout on his own, and this is a much bigger loss just because of the respawn time. But they do need to do something right now. Wonshu's gonna go down here.
Oh, the headshot again from Samski, taking 2 frags already, and this is the power of that defensive sniper. Every time you try and go anywhere, if you're getting body shot, getting a headshot, you're suddenly losing players. You basically can't win Viaduct 5v6 in any situation. So now, we even see an Uber in the hands of Auto. Grabber does get his own, but the fort hold is already up. Bonker's dying super, super late. Wanzu as well, getting so aggressive towards his doorway. Both scouts.
Oh, they get the force out, though.
They do. That might be significant. Grabber needs to be aware of the sniper, though. If he gets headshot on the spawn, I'm just going to slap my monitor.
Yeah, paparazzi really needs to switch off a sniper now, though. Like, I don't like having a sniper in this situation. Like, like it's against the forward hold. You have uber advantage. You just need to cap. Like, why are you on sniper? I don't get it. But yeah, we'll see what they do. They go on the right side. Wonshu's just going to eat the sticky trap so the rest of them can make it through.
Oh my god! Stan just jumped straight in. Surely he's going to die here to Al. He had to get saved with the Uber. This is... Auto dies! How does Auto die there? The Beaver!
Beaver just ran in and got him. Matt is going to get the grabber, though, after the Uber ends here, but it might be too little too late here. Samski, he's still just hot right now, getting so many kills. This is definitely going to get capped. It's definitely going to get capped.
Delaying for spawns, my man. Delaying for spawns. Grabber and Stan now, just by spawning together. This does kind of mean everything for this repush. Koyu going down late. Oh, there's big opportunities here on the polar side. There's big opportunities.
10 seconds on the clock for both teams.
Oh my days, we do see Mathers getting nice and aggressive. He basically gets in completely uncontested. The damage being dealt is so good. 3 players already going down. Grabber's all by his lonesome, and this is just the perfect textbook repush, basically. It's all about he gets the headshot on auto, but my man, it does not matter. He's going to be going down, eating a rocket and a scattergun shot. 5 seconds left on the clock, and the spawners just will not be here. That's going to be a 3-0.
3-1.
Oh, sorry, 3-1. 3-1, my bad.
But yeah, that was basically every round went down to 0-0 on each clock. So a very close game right there, and kind of a heartbreaker for KRITZBERG. They just kept getting sort of swept at the very last seconds, you know. But yeah, good comeback there for Alvin and the Britmunks. They get 3 points out of this as well. So it's going to be a tie overall in this match between these 2 lower teams, where I would predict they're like 6th and 7th place, something like that. And yeah, who's the better team? We don't know yet. That's for sure.
We'll have to see, you know. We'll have to see if we'll have to see some more of their matchups later on throughout the season. Just taking a little peek at some of the logs to see exactly what's going on. I think that there's such a Viaduct stat I'm looking at right now, and that is the damage and frags of ALX. Dude was just like raiding out damage, you know, 350 DPM on the older Demoman class. Great stuff. Getting a sole 8 frags to 19 deaths, though.
Yeah.
Because sometimes Viaduct is just like that, you know. Credit where it's due. Alv was like popping off, getting these follow-up frags, and they were even making this like sniper and 1 scout situation kind of work for them once they had a hold. Like pushing forward with it, they seemed really uncomfortable and like dodgy, but like when they were just holding with it, they just seemed solid.
Yeah, it definitely works out much better on defense, I feel like. And yeah, it's pretty funny with Alex getting so few kills, but yeah, it's just Scout hoovering up that finishing damage. It's fine. It's not a big deal. And Paparazzi also had a really big game. He did a lot on Sniper, I feel like. Yeah, he went 15-6 on Sniper. That's very, very good. And he actually gets credit as Sniper on this map, not Scout. But
that is, yeah, that's true. 11.5 minutes on Sniper, just 9.5 on Scout. Interesting as well, actually. Just like the kills comparison, the damage is basically the same. The kills, it was only like 10, but like it was more kills from the Polish side, and they still only really just about managed to win 1 round. So it shows you that Viaduct definitely isn't all about the frags. You know, the team play does come into it an awful lot, and obviously just, you know, those like little things, just trying to, you know, getting the point for free, and, you know, just like spouting people well and taking position, all that kind of stuff. It's all super, super important on this map.
All right, we're gonna look at the through the league table, and yeah, you can now see that currently KRITZBERG. Wait, did they get another tie in their first match? Did they tie against Bus Crew or something?
I'm gonna find that out for you no.
I already forgot who they
No,
played.
no, no. The first game, KRITZBERG's first game was Feint, which they lost 6-0.
Huh.
I don't know how KRITZBERG has 6 points right now. Let's
Yeah.
ignore the table because I've been dutifully informed that it's in fact just making up. It's just making up stuff. The points don't matter. It's all made up.
Yeah, that's the tagline for ETF2L. You know, where everything's just for fun and the point don't matter. That's how it works.
That's basically TF2 in a nutshell, though, isn't
it? yeah, pretty much. But all right. Now I'm curious what the standings are, but I shouldn't be. Anyway, it was good to see Beaver in action again. You know, he's been kind of gone for a while. But I wonder what he looks like these days. I think every time he comes back, he has a new look. I wonder, is he in a dirty tank top or is he like in a suit now? I don't know.
I'm not sure. We'll have to organize some LAN after all this is over to really find out. We have to keep everyone playing the game regularly until whenever that happens in 5 to 10 short years.
Yeah. Yeah, the disease gets cured at some point, right? Like it just goes away.
You would think so. I think that's basically how it works. Okay. I don't think we got any particularly eager interviewees today, so I think we might as well just go and wrap things up here for our Thursday night coverage. If you're happy, Peter.
Yeah, sure. I guess we should just shout out the DreamHack Cup. I can't remember what it was called. DreamHack Community Class. Thank you. ArchRhythm should know about it. He's doing a lot of organizing for that, and it's going to be pretty great. I can't wait to see it. And you know, it's not a LAN, but it's a good tournament with a bunch of prize money, and it's done in cooperation with a really nice organization in DreamHack. So that's cool.
Yeah. Definitely, keep an eye on that. There's obviously a pinned thread on TFTV, and obviously you can start looking at sign up and do all those different things. Especially teams are interested in playing in the invite tournament. You have to make sure you get your signups in nice and early. You know, you don't want to miss out on this. But yeah, we'll do a little bit of shout outs to obviously the teams. That was a really good game. I don't know about you, but yeah, no, I really enjoyed that game. It's super back and forth. I'm looking forward to see those teams playing throughout the rest of the season. And obviously, I'll shout out yourself, Peter, and ArchRhythm for doing production. And yeah, there'll be more obviously TFTV coverage coming up probably next week now in terms of the European side of things. But just obviously keep an eye on the TFTV website itself and Twitter, and you'll all get notifications like that. So we'll just for now have to catch you guys next time.